to a child's socio-emotional development. They say childhood goes by in a blink of an eye. But what if those little moments actually shape the rest of our lives? Lucky you're here today! We're taking a quick elevator ride through Erik Erikson's theory. Before we start pressing buttons, let's meet the man behind this elevator. This is Erik Erikson, a developmental psychologist who believes that we don't stop growing after childhood. Instead, we keep growing through different stages for our entire lives. According to him, every stage comes with a challenge, and how we respond to those challenges helps shape who we become. There are 8 floors or 8 stages in Erikson's theory. But since we're talking about early childhood education, we'll only stop at the first 3. Ready? Let's go! Our first stop is trust versus mistrust. Imagine being a baby. You can't talk, walk, or even feed yourself. The only thing you can do is trust that someone will be there when you need them. When the mother or caregivers consistently respond with love and care, babies learn that the world is a safe place. That simple feeling of security becomes the foundation for future relationships. Consistent, nurturing care builds trust and security, while neglect fosters mistrust, anxiety, and relationship difficulties. If this stage is successfully resolved, children develop the virtue of hope. Now on to the next floor. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. This is the stage where children suddenly want to do everything by themselves. They want to tie their own shoes, pour their own juice, and somehow insist they can carry things twice their size. When adults encourage those little attempts, children become more confident. But if they're constantly told no, or you can't, they may start doubting themselves. Successfully overcoming this stage develops the virtue of will. Now on to the last floor for today. Initiative versus guilt. This is where kids become tiny little explorers. They ask a million questions, make up stories, and turn ordinary things into adventures. When we encourage that curiosity, they learn to take initiative. But if they're always made to feel like they're bothering people or making mistakes, they might stop trying altogether. When children successfully navigate this stage, they develop the virtue of purpose. That's why Erikson's theory is still so important in early childhood education. Teaching isn't just about ABCs or counting numbers. It's letting a child try and try again instead of doing it for them. Sometimes it's listening to their endless why, when, where, what, how questions, and it's simply making them feel seen. You know? I chose Erik Erikson because his theory really made me think about identity. Other than the fact he coined the term identity crisis, you know? People usually talk about identity as something we figure out when we're teenagers, but Erikson reminds us that it actually starts much earlier, which is kind of true if you think about it. Every word of encouragement, every chance to try again, and every safe space to make mistakes helps shape the person of a child is becoming. It also reminds me of a quote from the school I grew up in. Se psum facit persona. Man makes himself. We all build our own identity over time, but teachers help lay the first few bricks. That's the kind of teacher I hope to become. Someone who helps children build confidence, not doubt, as they grow. We only visited the first 3 floors today, but the journey doesn't end there. Every stage builds on the one before it, and every child deserves people who believe in them as they grow. Thank you for joining me on this elevator ride through Erik Erikson's Psychosocial Development Theory. See you next time! Bye!